Hi guys, welcome once again to TableTalk with Uncle James and Razgriz. If you have not already found out by now or noticed by now, we are in a brand new studio.
That's right.
This episode is dedicated for all our fans out there who have followed us through the very first episode so many months ago. And if you are new to here, welcome. We are happy to see you here. And if you are the fans that have followed us through all this while, thank you so much. We couldn't have done the things that we've done without your help and without your support.
Yeah, and that's right. And also not to mention a big shout out to our crew behind, who is behind the cameras and helping us with the editing, helping us manage all these things, as well as coming up to do this studio together with us. So we really appreciate everyone's support as a small channel, and we hope to actually expand soon to since 2023 has been quite a good year for us. So I think why not end off the year a bit delayed on the episode, but let's talk about the recap of 2023 as a whole. So 2023 is a roller coaster.
Yeah, I think so too.
What do you remember? What?
I remember the Ocean Gate, the death of the submarine passengers. I also remember certain very high profile deaths, and two wars are going on. One war is, both of the wars are still actually fighting right now.
That's true. Do you have anything positive out of this year?
Why don't you start first?
Huh?
You start first?
You want me to start first?
Yeah, you start first.
Okay, sure. For me, I think my personal takeaway from 2023 itself is maybe the big news, of the Andrew Tate story.
Okay.
He is a big celebrity this year, I think, and him and his brother, they got thrown into jail, and recently in November, December, they finally got released, and no charges were filed against him. So they have been quite a celebrity for us young generation, and I think that's one of the biggest takeaways.
So that's a positive for you, right?
That's a positive for me.
So you're the person that you have actually supported and idolized. Could I say idolized?
Well, you can say idolized,
Okay.
but he has no crime.
Okay. So at the end of the day, he was found to be innocent.
Innocence.
So it has already vindicated your support for him all this while.
If they have committed a crime, maybe you're wrong, but we don't jump into conclusions. And I think this year a lot of things have been jumped into conclusion. Maybe we talk about our first episode also.
What is our first episode?
Oh, our first episode. Our first episode was actually taken down.
Right. Okay. Our first episode was taken down. For those of you who don't know, we actually have a first episode before our first episode.
Yes.
It was only uploaded for about a little bit more than a day.
No, actually 1 week.
Oh, 1 week. Okay.
Yes.
So it was 1 week, and then we were told to remove. It was better for us to remove the video. So we did. We removed the video. But what was the video about? For those of our friends joining us today,
It was actually about some properties, some landed properties.
Right, some landed properties which two persons allegedly could rent. Let's not name who.
Yeah,
Let's not name the property, but if you know lah. IKYKY. IKYYK. IKYYK. Yeah.
So that episode got a bit of attraction. I would say we got maybe 200 views in one day.
Wow. Okay.
And then those 200 views were people that were quite interested in me as a character. I think there was quite a lot of skepticism, quite a lot of things that were happening behind closed doors.
Okay.
And I spoke to some of them, and I think that was the main highlight. Our podcast it's a small startup podcast, and then on episode 1 we got interviewed.
Right. Okay.
So I think that was a very interesting episode 1 that we had. For those that you actually seen the video, that video unfortunately has been taken down, but I think it has been taken down in a good sense, because now we are actually in a proper setting, and we are actually moving in a better direction compared to the previous time. So yeah.
So after that first iteration of our video was taken down, we did something a bit different. We had an interview video, which is our first episode, right?
Oh yeah, with Matt.
With our mystery guest, which is his name is Matt, and it was about a very controversial topic as well.
Yeah, it's very surprisingly, actually, mental health is taboo in Singapore. Talking about mental health itself, I think it's very weird how we normally put up advertisements and saying like, oh, everyone should care about each other's mental health and everything. But when you look at people's negative, when they are really going through that period, it suddenly becomes silence on the internet. You know, like people don't share about it. And I think that time Matt, who actually became our production assistant, spoke about it. I think it was very brave, and I think it got a lot of traction because a lot of people actually started watching the episode.
How many views did we have for that episode?
I think over 200 views.
Over 200
100 to 200 views.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. You know, we are a small startup. We are a small channel that is just about to grow, and 200 views is a lot more than we could have ever imagined.
Yeah, and especially for me who started YouTube when I was young, back when I was 14 years old, 15 years old, I only had like 7 views per video. So having 200 over views in like maybe close to 2-3 months ago, that's a lot of achievement. That's a big achievement. And I think the next episode that we had was, what was it?
I forgot. We did so many.
Yeah. I think
Was it the ghost one?
no, that was before the
Ghost one was number 3.
Ghost was number 3.
Yeah.
So
What was number 2?
what was number 2? Maybe you guys can let us know down in the description below. Okay. This is not a this is not a spoiler. I mean, we
totally
really
unscripted. Okay?
Yeah.
We did so many videos. To be very honest, we actually had done many episodes, and only a few episodes made it to air because we really wanted to try to do stories that are very current, that are new and fresh. And you might not know this, but in the background or the back end, we actually do a lot of work, a lot of research, and there was a lot of filming done. But the end result is only that few episodes that we have done, that we have shown and we have uploaded.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the episodes that we do, we try to strive to do the best we can, and we try to give you guys a better story to tell, and more convincing kind of thing. And I think the ghost story one was very interesting because that was during the Hungry Ghost Festival.
Yes. So at the back end, we were actually discussing
How to scare
what was the next episode that we wanted to do, right? So it coincided with the Hungry Ghost month.
Mhm.
So we thought a ghost story would be appropriate for such a series.
Yeah, and also not to mention, last time I had a personal encounter. If you haven't yet watched the episode, we will put the episodes in the playlist for you, so you can just check out all the episodes that we have done. But I think that time it was quite interesting because we had personal stories. You had your case when you were young, I had my own case, and we all have different stories to share. And I think the 4th episode, the one that we done in November, we took a break, I think.
Yes, we took a break because life happened, and we were also swamped with our own personal work that we had to take a break. If not, we just won't be able to do a good show,
Yeah.
And we actually, personally, for those of you who don't know, we are actually in the midst of moving around.
Mm-hmm.
So you saw that on our 4th episode, we did something new. We got together, and then we wanted the studio to be a bit more lively and a bit more one take, right?
Yeah.
And after that video came out, actually some people have approached me, some people have approached Raz to see that for some collaboration, and wanted to invest in us, you know.
Yeah,
try to
they actually
help
wanted
us.
to help us, grow the channel, and we have been receiving emails, we have been receiving messages from Discord. We have a private Discord, by the way. It's in our description below. Yeah, we received quite a lot of support from the communities, and I couldn't thank more than say thank you to everyone.
And that is why you have what we are seeing here right now.
Yeah.
It's a big 85-inch screen behind us, and we are in a brand new studio. And hopefully from now on, we can deliver better content to you guys and deliver better performance, and our videos get better and better.
Yeah.
It is a learning process for all of us. We are still learning the steps. We are going step by step, baby steps, small steps, but we can assure you we are doing our best to improve as each episode goes along.
Yeah, and I think overall it's not the big steps that we take, it's more on the small gains that we get.
How many followers have we got so far for our few months that we are in the YouTube circle?
Oh, okay. So actually for this year, a good breakdown is, I think before this episode gets aired, I think we got about 44 subscribers within like maybe 4 or 5 months after we release. So
25 is better than 4.
Yeah, I think 44 subscribers, 11 subscribers a month. I think that's pretty fair. And we have over 100 views per video, and we have likes. We have a high like standing, and a lot of people are actually watching our videos for more than 30 minutes. So I think overall, it's very exciting because now we are slowly gaining the traction we want, and we are also enthusiastic about it. Yeah.
So just a small little sneak peek to what we are going to do the next year for 2024. We probably have a vlog coming, right?
Yes.
We probably have a vlog coming. Nothing is set in stone yet. We are working out the kinks. We are working out all the logistics and all that. But if it happens, we probably will have a mini series where a traveling vlog will happen in our channel, and we are also going to talk about more topics as the year progresses for 2024.
Yes, and also we will be going into more on interesting topics. So, like you guys know, COVID is now a redundant thing, and businesses are slowly starting up again. And I think nowadays, I think also people are starting to be more rowdy after COVID, don't you think?
Yes, I think they have been cooped up too long at home, and then
Yeah, it's like a chicken house, and then once you release the gates, everyone all just start flapping their wings and flying around, and it got to a point whereby I think 2023 has been a highlight for me is because the amount of things I've seen on social media.
such as what?
So if you haven't yet seen the video, there is a person trying to open the train door.
Right, I've seen that actually. But it's not a female, you know? It turns out it was a guy that was dressed as a female.
Yes, and there was that part where we all assumed it was a crazy lady. Let's just say it's crazy.
I mean, the video, if you didn't know the context, you would probably have thought the same thing as us, because it really is like a lady, trying to open up the door.
Yeah, he is wearing a skirt, okay, a pink color dress with a skirt, and then he's just trying to pull open the door as the train was moving.
And he has long hair to boot, just long hair.
Yeah, and he was crying on the floor after that when the security came, and it was very strange, like
very strange.
Very strange, and not to mention the just stop oil. So another big thing around the world right now is the bunch of, let's just call them freeletics. They put themselves, they glue themselves onto the roads.
Right.
And then after that they wear those orange vests saying "Just Stop Oil."
Just Stop Oil.
Yes.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, I saw one such video where they blocked the entire road.
Yes.
And unfortunately, one of the drivers had a gun with them.
Yes.
So he actually shot one of the protesters.
Protesters.
And the protester died, right?
Yeah.
He died. So it was a big case because the protesters blocked the roads, and then this very frustrated driver came out, and he was actually brandishing a gun, right? And then a handgun, a pistol, and then it was like, can you please move out? You know, you are making such a fracas and all that. And what I can tell from the video was that the protester actually said, shoot me then, shoot me. And
Bang.
you know, the guy just shot him and he died, you know.
I mean, to be fair, he asked for it. Yeah, he asked for it.
We can both agree to disagree lah, huh? But I suppose if you play stupid games,
You win stupid prizes. That's the moral of the story. And I think Just Stop Oil, I get what they are trying to do, but there's also that funny clip whereby they glued themselves onto a tanker. I'm not sure whether you've seen it.
no, I'm not seeing that.
So what they did was they actually went up to a truck carrying like oil chemicals itself, with those big drums and everything. And I think they did something to the truck. I'm not sure whether they glued themselves onto it or something. But then after that, the truck driver actually did an interview with the news outlet, and then he was literally just saying, "That's just cooking oil."
Right.
Yeah. And
Okay.
it was a bit funny, you know. We get that. I think 2023 has been like a protest year. You know,
Protest here, huh?
there has been a lot of protests.
You get that feeling, right?
There's a lot of environmentalists that are coming out, sharing their opinions, whether you like it or not. Okay, and I think the Just Stop Oil cause, that whole thing, it could have been done better. They could have done more. They could have done more research, and you know, keep it to a low profile. If you want to just stop oil, or you want to totally stop using it, just go live in the woods.
Just go live in the woods, huh?
Yeah, you know, if you think one person has a big contribution, then why not start with yourself?
I think one of the other topics that we have spoken about was two very famous people.
Oh,
One is
right.
the person that is still in jail overseas right now,
Alright.
about to be released, and very possibly deported back to Singapore.
Mhm.
And the other one which is already released and trying to make a comeback on social media.
Oh yeah, make a bounce back. And I think that is our episode 3,
Was that episode 3 now?
Ocean Gate.
Right. That was episode 3. Oh, see,
Wow,
we had to trigger our memories right now. Huh? So, do you think Amos E has any future coming back in Singapore?
Well, I think Amos E, one thing is for certain, he is a very colourful person, I would say. He's very bold in a way. Maybe he could have used himself in a much better, he could have represented himself in a better way, I would say. Rather than, you know, publicly shaming, let's not name who, okay, during that 2015 dark period. Okay, because that actually raised a lot of flames, you know. Like, it's someone's passing, and you know, you're making a mockery of it. I think that was a very unethical way to go about it. But I think the more bigger topic, or the more questionable thing that he has done, is going overseas, or should I say fleeing overseas, and then after that, he decided to do things to children.
Well, let's not go down that hole, right, at this moment. But I think the only issue I have with him is that I actually feel a bit of pity for him on some level.
Pity? Why?
Yes. You know, his growing up years have been fraught with a lot of jail. You know, he has been
Controversy.
jailed. He has been jailed most of his young adult and even his late teen ages. And the irony, I think, is after his incarceration in the US, even if they release him, he's very likely to be he's very likely to have his asylum revoked, and very likely to be deported back to Singapore, where, based on our laws, he will still have to serve a jail sentence
Yes.
for evading NS. And after that, he will come full circle and guess what? Serve NS all over at the end of the day.
Yeah, so he basically did something which was he fled to another country to avoid national service, NS, okay? And then now he's being deported back and he will have to do jail for it and then serve NS.
Okay, we don't know whether he's going to be deported back or not. But
That's
based
still-
on the news that we have read and the case and the fact that he's a registered sex offender now, it's quite likely that he will lose his asylum status and because of that will be deported back to Singapore. I mean, we don't know for sure.
Are you interested to meet him?
I don't think that I will meet him at his current state
Okay.
because it appears that he still is quite rebellious and he still feels that he has not done anything wrong. Before he was thrown back into jail, he actually had a few blog postings, which by the way he was not supposed to do, but he did it anyway. And he said that even if he's back to Singapore, he will continue to fight the regime, he will continue to fight the system.
He'll continue to do his own
Yes,
things, basically.
and if he were to be jailed time and time over and over again, then so be it, you know. I think for myself personally, I think low key, he's just trying to get the system, the whole country to feed him clothing and just take care of his medical bills for him. Because if you go to jail, everything
It's fully paid.
is taken care for you, right?
Yeah, you just
You
have
get
to
3 meals a day, you get a place to sleep, you get clothing, and if you're sick, they will have to medically take care of you.
Yeah.
So, well, you know, I don't know. I mean, I don't know him personally, but I just get the feel that he just wants to be in jail so that he doesn't have to work a single day in his life and still survive.
Yeah, and I think for him, even if he comes out of jail, given his own rebellious reputation and everything, I think very few people will hire him unless they are willing to give a chance.
Well, I think his chances are actually a lot better comparatively to the other person that was on the list,
Oh yes.
right? He actually got in jail exactly very similar to what Amos is doing.
Yes.
And he's trying very hard to get onto the social medias again.
Actually, you meet him personally, right?
Yes, I met him personally to buy this exact microphone from him.
Oh, really?
So Dikosh, a shout out to you if you're around, and our podcast is quite small, but if you are open to having an interview with us, please just drop us an email, drop us your contact and DM us and we can work something out, have an episode done with us. But this is just a shameless plug, shout out for people to come. If you think that you would like to share your story with us, no matter where you are from, whether you are influencer, whether you are not an influencer, whether you're somebody who wants to be an influencer but not an influencer yet,
Yeah.
please just tell us, you know, and then we can actually have an interview with you
On
and
the TableTalk.
yes, TableTalk podcast.
Yes. If you guys have not seen the previous video a month ago, it was the $132,000 was scammed video. I think it got a lot of traction because after the video was posted, the banks were surprised that someone dared to show their face to review it, because in Singapore, I think it's a culture. No, when there is something wrong, they try to keep it under wraps. They try to keep it confidential. But I think it was a right move because my father's case was actually escalated higher than, you know, it's supposed to. It's a huge sum of money that was gone, and the bank was almost adamant to not give him the money. So I think that case was still forward, still being a big thing. But now it's a bit more settled because, you know, we are at least aware that they are still trying to figure out. what to do. My dad got hacked, I would say. He downloaded a software that wasn't from the Play Store, that wasn't from the App Store, and it really got overnight. He found his screen going blank. He thought it was a phone malfunction and everything. The next day when he opened his banking, gone. Money was gone. His SingPass was also locked. His government identity, everything was stolen. Although he got it back now, I think it was a very big thing that should raise awareness.
So can you review how much was actually taken from your dad?
$132,000.
$132,000.
And that was actually a surprise for you, right?
Yes. It was a surprise to me because apparently it happened even with the insistence of the bank, the so-called bank, the particular bank which was one of the first banks to
implement
an app that will not work if you downloaded any third-party software that is not from legitimate sources. And lo and behold, the same thing happened. The hack happened, and the victim actually lost money, and which is not supposed to happen, but it did anyway. That's why I think it is important for us to talk about it, to bring it up to the public, because as a public service, if people don't know about this, they will think that, we are very safe. The app is stopping us from doing this, so by right,
nothing can happen to us.
Yes, and we need to make this known, because even the banks will have to wake up to their idea, because you cannot arbitrarily force something down a person's throat, your customer's throat. And if anything bad were to happen, or if anything contrary to what your app says should happen didn't happen, then you as a bank, you as the person, you as the entity will have to take full responsibility for it. There's no other way around that.
And I think there was also a point where I think the production crew and everyone was surprised, right?
I was very surprised because we didn't do that episode. Raz actually told me that he was very unavailable due to some certain family commitments, and I was like, okay, let's take a break, because both of us are doing this on our free voluntary basis. We love what we do, don't get us wrong, we love what we do, but sometimes when life happens, we just have to make the difficult decision to...
Well, it wasn't really a family commitment, but it was mostly because of work, I guess. Because people know me as a busy hustler. I do work day and night, 24/7 a day, including today's podcast. So I'm doing this podcast, then the next day I'll be doing something else, and I'm constantly on the ground. So there was a period where I think it was October. It was pretty busy, so I think we couldn't do it then.
And I wasn't feeling well. I was totally under the weather, and it wouldn't be fair to Raz and our production crew for us to all meet at the studio, and if I was coughing away and I had to be masked up and all that, it just doesn't look right.
Imagine giving the flu.
Yes.
Yes.
So, it just doesn't seem right. So we had to take a short hiatus, 1 month. But I'm so grateful to say that our viewers didn't drop, our subscribers didn't drop. In fact, it actually went up. We got so much support from our fans, and we really just couldn't thank you enough. And that is why we told ourselves we got to do better. We acknowledge actually that some of our previous videos quality may not be very well done.
I think that quality wise was quite a surprise for us also. We actually saw the footage on our own monitor when we were doing this, and we were like, yeah, that video would come out very good. But lo and behold, it was dog shit.
So something happened, right? And we gave a promise that as far as we can, we will have an episode every month. And we have already done one hiatus, and we just told ourselves
it's not right.
It's not right to wait another month. It's not right to get our fans, to our supporters, to have to wait another month for our content. So we tried what we could. We experimented with a different format. Both of us were sitting together and we tried different lightings, we tried different kind of setups. We thought it worked, but at the end of the day, it didn't work as much as we expected, we wanted it to be. So this episode round, this Christmas episode, we told ourselves we just, at the very least, have a different kind of setup, have a different kind of feel to our podcast. And
also, we managed to clear everything and we get this studio done before then. That was the main thing.
Yes. So it was a lot of work at the back end, but we enjoyed doing it because we enjoyed to just talk to our fans, talk to our supporters, and talk to our friends.
And I think now we should plan about our 2024 adventures. So a lot of things are coming up soon. We may be starting mini vlogs outside of the studio itself, and maybe we'll get a new host, who knows, or maybe we'll get new people to join our podcast itself, and yeah, there will be a lot of interesting stories as it goes. I think Singapore itself is getting more and more rowdy nowadays.
I think 2024 will be a year where we are striving for growth. Growth in the sense that we would like to grow our channel. We probably would want to bring our TableTalk, our podcast, somewhere else, not just confined to a studio. We probably would want to also interview more people, get more people in as guests, and do more things, bring more content, and hopefully see our channel be able to finally hit our 1,000 subscriber by 2024.
I think 1,000 is a bit too high, but we can try to achieve it. If you shoot for the stars, if you fail, you still reach the moon. So I think that's still a good goal.
There are also many topics that we cannot talk about. Like for example, political wars, very sensitive topics that we really want to talk about, but we can't because of the very nature of the country we are in and the very nature of the laws that are stipulated in our actual country.
As much as we want to update you on like the facts and the stories that are going around in the wars and everything, I think our own country, Singapore itself, it has a very weird sense. Not say weird, but it has a very strong stance in keeping quiet about all these things. And especially one country in particular is a very close friend of ours, very sensitive. Government is not talking about it, everyone is not talking about it. So it's a hush-hush. But I think us being individuals, I think we should respect that. And we should do what we can as a small podcast. Let's just keep things more positive,
At the end of the day, we want this to be entertaining channel. Where we want people to come to our podcast, hearing,
interesting stories,
talking about things that resonate with them. That every single day they can just listen to our podcast, and even our previous episodes. If for some reason they realize, oh, maybe today I'm feeling a bit supernatural, I just got into a supernatural event that I think I met something, or I in this situation. You could always go back to our previous episode and take a listen to what we have spoken about, and maybe it resonates with you. Maybe it's something that you could learn from, or maybe it will give you a few pointers that you might not have thought about before.
So what are you planning to do in 2024?
What am I going to do in 2024? There are a few things that I would like to do. Nothing is confirmed yet. It is still in the planning phases, but I think I would like to do travel. And it will be related to the new content that's coming up for our TableTalk podcast. So this is just a small little tinker, small little sneak peek. I'll probably travel for a bit, take a break from work, and see what 2024 has in store for me. I am excited. I am looking forward. I feel that if I don't try it now, I may get too old to try it, or
time
too
is
afraid,
counting. Yeah.
too afraid to do it. I'm looking for someone to go with me. If you
Fully
are
sponsored?
not fully sponsored lah. Not fully sponsored lah. I mean, unless when this episode goes out, some company wants to sponsor me, I can sponsor that somebody, right?
Maybe.
So we are not shy to admit that,
That one sounds like begging. I think.
No, we are not shy to say that. Well, we can accept any form of help that we can get, because who will say no to help?
I
right?
mean, yeah, we are all in the end. We are all building a community. So, I think it's a very successful one, and yeah, I think that's a very interesting 2024 wishes that you have.
And for 2024, watch out for another 12 episodes. We are trying our best, and although we cannot 100% promise, but we will try to make the 12th episode for next year. We will try our best.
I think it will work because maybe not 12 episodes, maybe 11 episodes again. Because I'm planning to take a vacation on the December.
Alright.
So maybe still also not confirmed, but maybe I'll be taking maybe 1.5 months off.
Right. Okay.
So go overseas.
So
Spoiler
see,
alert.
spoiler alert, huh? Maybe
so-
a vlog will come out from that. We don't know.
Yeah,
we
maybe
might. We
maybe.
might not.
Okay, and also I'm also starting a new university. So
Oh, tell us about that. Your new university.
okay, so it will be a university teaching people on how to make money. A couple of people that I know personally, a couple of people from overseas, really famous people, really well written, big portfolios. We are coming together to create a university to teach people how to make money, how to generate income in a new digital world. It is growing a lot of traction because everything that we are doing right now is relatable to today's world. And yeah, I think whoever is interested, you can drop us a DM. You can drop me a DM on Discord, and I can share with you more ideas on this. I think overall, me as a person, I became more open to all these things, and now it's time for me to really expand and be comfortable with where I am. So yeah, I think we can wrap this episode up.
So in conclusion, 2023 is closing soon. We have seen a lot of ups and downs, even in our own family, in our own private lives. So here is hoping that 2024 will be better, because bad things cannot happen all the time, right? As it goes all the way up, something must come down. So let us all put our hopes together, and I hope that everyone gets a very Merry Christmas. You get the gifts that you want, and you are able to have this very precious privilege to spend the Christmas with the one you love.
Yes, and once again, thank you guys so much for listening to our podcast until now. Merry Christmas. And if you guys have any other questions, you guys can drop us a DM on our Discord, or even subscribe to our Discord server itself. And also, okay, if you want to support us, just buy a coffee for us or maybe something, you can also check out our PayPal, our Patreon. So yeah, we will have all these readily available for you. And yeah, I think 2023 overall has been a very fruitful season for us.
And as you can probably tell from our opening, we have a lot of viewers but not as much subscribers. So if you can, and it's going to cost you nothing, just like and subscribe and help us to propagate our channel out and advertise our channel. And it will really help us a lot at no cost to you.
Yeah, and I think the funniest thing that a lot of people has messaged me about was that whenever they find TableTalk podcast, it leads them to another YouTube channel.
Yes.
So let's just target that. Okay, it's a very big goal, but let's just make it a small thing. okay, a small mini goal for ourselves to actually beat that, to actually appear in front of it. So,
And we won't be able to do it without all of your help. So now we are asking, selfless plug, let us get to that level at least. Like and subscribe, and it's at no cost to you, but it helps us great.
yeah, and I think once again, I'm Raz,
I'm Uncle James.
and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Merry Christmas!